Release the tension on your shoulders. Release the tensions you might have on your face, your hands, your legs. Just feel that you can really relax your body against the back of your chair if you want to, or you can sit tall and lengthen your spine. Feel that you are releasing and relaxing your belly. It's rising out and in. And everything just feels really good. And slowly, 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 you are bringing everything that is you around you, that you've been spreading around all week long. You are just bringing all of these little pieces together, bringing them to your center, recentering yourself, realigning yourself. Just feeling like you don't have to be stretched out anymore. Who you are, what you are is enough right now. And for today's visualization, I'd like you to see a beautiful flower, like a daisy, for instance, with loads and loads of petals. And as you keep breathing, as you keep relaxing, you will very, very gently, very kindly, just pull out the petals one at a time and letting them go. And you can either choose to see one flower that has infinite amount of petals, or you can have lots of flowers around you and you just keep picking one and then pulling the petals. And it's not something difficult, it's not something hard, it's not something painful or not nice to the flower. It's just very, very gentle, very, very beautiful. It's very soothing. And the more you do it, the more you can feel in your body that some weight have been uplifted, that you are feeling lighter. You can breathe more easily. Your shoulders are more relaxed. You can feel less tension on your neck. You can feel how far your diaphragm can go when you breathe. You can feel all the space in your lungs. And just keep letting it go, keep letting it go. You don't have to imagine what you are letting go of. You just know that you are letting go as much as you need to, and at some point you will feel that it's done, that you've let go of everything that you need to let go of. There's nothing else. Just pure presence, pure existence. You are just being, and that's enough. And that is just such the best sensation you could ever have. It almost feels like floating. It feels like being very grounding and very light at the same time. You can really join both sky and earth. It all makes sense. You don't have to choose, you can be it all. And it doesn't have to be explained, you don't have to have a reason for that. You just know it is, and simply that is enough. And you're going to stay here amongst the flowers, amongst the petals, and keep breathing for a little while, just enjoying that feeling for a couple more breaths. Feeling the fresh air that's filling your lungs, the clean air. And feeling everything else coming out when you breathe out. You're going to take a couple more deep breaths. If you feel like it, you can deeply breathe in through your nose and deeply breathe out through your mouth, loudly, finalizing everything you needed to let go of, bringing it into the physical world. And slowly, whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes, come back in the real world, the world around you. And you don't have to fully step away from that mindset and feeling. You can just stay there in that state. And what we're going to do is to work on some meridians. I'm using some shiatsu techniques to work on 2 meridians that I find appropriate to help us let go of things. The first one is the lung meridian and the second one is the large intestine. So if you didn't know, they are based on the Chinese medicine. They are used in acupuncture, used in shiatsu and used in many other medicines. And they're mainly just meridians that just run along our bodies and that are filled with some sort of energy, and you can work on some point on your body to activate, stimulate, calm, any sort of activities. When you go to a practitioner, they know how to do that. And that just helps you rebalance your body and achieve some mental or emotional goal that you may have had just through the body again. So these 2 ones, I start with 2 points that you can use anytime in the day or anytime you want. The first one is the outer angle, the outer edge of your thumb right here that you can press between your fingers. And this one is the lungs, one of the lungs point. So you can just press here, just at the edge of your nail, just feeling it. You don't have to press too hard, just can find the pressure that's comfortable. And same thing, the outer side of your index right here, this time is the large intestine. So those are 2 points that are quite easy to access to, and like really you can do it any time in the day when you're sitting somewhere or just washing your hands or whatever. So they just stimulate the meridian. And the further thing is, both of these meridians are about grief, which is interesting, but they have a different approach. The lung, it's more about acceptance and larger understanding, and on a more less balanced way it can bring to depression. So it's all this like feeling of just acceptance, feeling good, grieving, and understanding how things are going. The lungs have this really particular place in the Chinese medicine as the starter of everything. So they really have this deeper understanding and larger meaning. The other side, the large intestine, it is about releasing and letting go, like literally, like it really goes with the function of the large intestine, but it helps you remember that it's really letting go, releasing. And on the other side, it is again grief and control. When you really try to keep things working or whatever, it is also this meridian that is used. So just little things, you keep whatever you like from it, but just to give you a bigger picture of what it is about. So they both work different ways. For the lungs, we are going to start at the top of the shoulder, just right in front, right here, just in the middle. Actually, no, more underneath the collarbones, on the pectoralis, just right here. And then using your fingers or your thumb, whatever feels comfortable. For me, this part is easier with my fingers right here. And then we're going to move all the way along the arm down to the thumb. So you go the front shoulder, you can feel your bone just slightly moving. And then you go right in the middle, you really follow your biceps right here. Yeah, you really press against the bone, feel the biceps, and you come down all the way down to the elbow, right at where it bends. And then you just see a direct line between the elbow to the thumb and just follow that. So you just follow your radius and just keep pressing against your radius all the way down. Follow your thumb, same side. You really have this really straight line that you keep following until you reach the point we've started with, just at the edge. And then again, a second time, press here, just at the top of your heart, so sort of, and then on the side, front shoulder. And then gently you move down on the bone along your biceps, all the way down to the elbow. You press at the middle, on the middle part of the elbow, and then on the outer side, just follow your radius. You really are on the edge of the bone, and just go all the way down, wrist, side of the thumb, all the way to the edge, again, the outer edge. So it's really very much the outer side of your arm. Then for the large intestine, it's all the way up. This time we change it. So we start where we started first, the edge. So it's considered the outer edge. It's towards the thumb. So you start here. You follow the side of your bone. And then, that's the tricky part, just turn your arm slightly and you keep following the index bone on the outer side of your hand. And here you reach the wrist. And then instead of being on the outer edge of the radius, we are on the top. So we're not pressing exactly at the same place. We're still very much nearby, but this time we are on the top. So it's easier if you remember to turn your forearm so you really are on the top, and it's easier to press anyway. And then it's again the side of your arm. So first when you started with the lunge, we were on the front. This time we are on the side. So it's again just a matter of 2 centimeters, but it's quite easy to access. And you go just all the way up to the side of your shoulder, just right here. And this one, we're going to make it 3 times. So same thing, we start on the finger, the side of your index. Then I keep my hand here, but you turn your arm and you just press along your index bone, reach the wrist, and then top of your radius all the way up to the elbow, and then all the way up again. Stay really nicely on the side so you can really draw a direct line between the elbow and the side of your shoulders. You just go straight up, easy. And one last time, same thing. So this time you are more comfortable with, so you can choose if you want to go faster, slower, if you want to press maybe stronger or not. It's entirely up to you. Usually what you feel like it's right and it's good, it's what your body needs, so you can really trust that. Awesome. Now we've done one arm, we can do the other one. So, same thing. We start front, like underneath the collarbone on the side, just on your pectoralis, and then you move on your front shoulder, and then straight down to the elbow, along the biceps against the bone. Brilliant. And then again, you really stay on the edge of your radius. You go all the way down, reaching the edge of your thumb. It's pretty straightforward. Once you got it, it's easy to remember. A second time, stay on the front side. If you go too much on the outside, you will be on the large intestine one, which might be nice, but it's not exactly the one we want to do right now. So just keep pressing. Again, you don't have to do always with your thumb. It can sometimes be with your fingers, but it's what's easy. There's like no rules, no real rules. So this one is 2 times and the other one is 3 times. So we start right here. Again, super easy. I'm just using the other finger to counterbalance the pressure, but I'm trying not to press too hard with my other one. And then follow, just turn your arm against your table or against your leg and just keep pressing all the way up. And stay on the top. Stay on the top of your radius. Try to stay as much on the outside as you can without going too much on the edge like we were before. And then you go all the way up to the middle shoulder, the side place. 2 more times. So when you do that, I like doing it just the same way we did the visualization, really. I don't always think too hard about what I want to let go of. I just let the process do the thing, and I'm just trying to be as present as I can, trying to breathe deeply, really help it as much as I can by being relaxed. But I'm trying not to analyze too much. Instead, I'm trying to switch off so I can reconnect with the body. Maybe feel that some points, some muscles, like some little part of it, are more tender than others, or not necessarily. Some other are just softer. So just trying to have a nice moment with yourself to get to know yourself better, really. So that is all. That was really all I wanted to share with you on the physical bit. I'm gonna unmute you, both of you. I think I can. Can I do it myself? No. I think you have to do it yourselves. Hey.
Did it?
How was it? So
yeah, really good. I like the mindfulness of it.
Yeah, it's quite nice. It's very relaxing, almost like drawing and dawdling. You just do that without thinking too much. Love it.
And it's not like stretching or exercise, like it's really hard. It's just a physical thing to do.
True. That's right. So now that we're all good, Jennifer, any thoughts that you want to share with us? Are you all good? I think you've got to unmute yourself if you want to speak. I can't quite do it myself. Or just to write down a message. Otherwise, I think just trying to stay on the same state, it's really like this mindful place that we want to keep for 30 minutes, just to feel a bit more relaxed. So try to stay there. You can grab your pen and paper, and I want you to start writing down all the recent situations or occasions where you felt either sad, angry, frustrated, maybe hurt at all levels, physically, mentally, emotionally again. So everything that you can remember might just be today, might be just last week. And I'd like you to write down not just the big things that happened, but also the everyday things. The one I can tell you about that just happened to me yesterday is I was washing the dishes and I really didn't want to. And for some reason, I got spoiled with really boiling water and I just burned my hand and I really started to feel frustrated because nothing was going right. And this is one of the situations I'd like you to write down too. So all these little everyday things that happen and we don't always pay attention to them, especially when we're working on forgiveness. Most of the time we are thinking like big issues, like something that happened in childhood or something that happened recently, but it can also be like little things that we inflict to ourselves in some ways. For instance, for this one, I could just have chosen to do that some other time or do it in a different way, instead of forcing myself, thinking, oh, I have to do it, it's now or never. So sometimes we are just being too hard, and as much as forgiveness comes in lots of different ways, and we've got to, forgive people so we don't keep carrying the burden of it. Most of the time, it's also about just ourselves, just forgiving the little and big things that we do to ourselves. So if you just want to start writing down the list of everything that made you feel sad, angry, frustrated, hurt, or anything around those feelings, just start doing it. And then maybe on your own time you can start expand that list on things that happen more anciently, like last month or last year or earlier in your childhood. Anything you want to work on. And just before we start actually like working on it, I think it would be nice to compare the list. Really look at your list and see what happened because of someone. So who do you need to forgive? And what happened because of you? So is it like half and half? Or is it more because of others or more because of you? Just try to be mindful and acknowledge what really does your list mean. And you might realize that again, there's